I'm here to cause some trouble. I'm here to cause some trouble. I'm here to probably step on a couple necks tonight. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sammy's Alongside Mercury here. My opinion is invalid and yours is very valid. Hello, how are you? How the hell are you? You probably could tell by this title. I need a pointing stick, which is just a makeup brush. But I need a pointing stick, because we're gonna do a lot of pointing today. Don't mind the scruffy look right now. I don't feel like shaving. I don't feel anything. I look good. I look fine. This is, you know what? Y'all gonna get the real scent of me. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat nothing for y'all. This is how I am regular. Whatever. But enough of that of me. I was wearing something on my face. Probably not. Okay, whatever. I'm here to step on a couple necks tonight. Oh yes. I'm gonna step on a couple toes. Not just anyone's toes. I feel like the Navy's gonna come for me after this one. The Navy is gonna come for me after this one. I already made a video on Rihanna. I think I was talking about what she should do next with this new album and my opinions of Rihanna and all that. I'm here now to rank her albums from least to best. Oh, this was a very hard list. A very hard list. One, the reason why this was a very hard list to make is one, I want to be an honest fan. Rihanna's music has not aged well. A lot of her music has not, in my opinion, aged well. Don't get me wrong, there's songs that are great. There's songs that are stellar. There's songs that they're going to be playing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. But like I said, we're going to be stepping on a couple toes. Even my favorite Rihanna album it's not even number one, and I have reasons for that. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Hey Peanut, that's my cat. Let's just start it right off. Number 8, right? Because there's 8. Of course, R9 is about to come out whenever she decides to drop it. But number 8, Music of the Sun. Horrible album. I'm gonna say it's Rihanna's worst album. Yes. There's only 3 songs I like on here, which is Pon the Replay, If It's Loving That You Want, and Let Me. Very... I don't know how to explain this album. It's just... This is the Rihanna we started off with. The Rihanna where we thought she was going to be a one-hit wonder and then go. The album kind of gives that. Album is very reggae, very that vibe. I have to say though, I will say this, re-listening, great vocals for 16 years old. Rihanna, I have to say, a lot of people like to come for Rihanna. Rihanna has some underrated vocals. What was that song on this album that she had like a really great vocal moment? I was like, okay. But this album is boring. It's a little... It's her first album. She was 16. I'm not going to hold that against her. But the album was a little bland. A little... There's not much I can say about this album. Really not much, because... Honestly, there's not much. I have so much more to say about the top 6 than the first 2. Which, the next album is A Girl Like Me, which is a slightly better version of Music of the Sun. I feel like if they took some songs off of Music of the Sun and took some songs off A Girl Like Me, it could have been a better, decent album. Oh, my friend. It could have been a better album than what it was, but the fact that she gave us a better, decent album, we have SOS, bop. Kisses Don't Lie, bop. We Ride is one of my favorite Rihanna songs. I used to play that song all the time when I was younger. When I had the album, I used to bootleg. I bootleg. My mother bought me a bootleg copy of the album. I used to play that song out. Kisses Don't Lie. We Ride. Break It Off. There's one other song. But it's like I said, it's just a slightly better version of Music of the Sun. Still not all that great. But, oh, how could I forget the biggest hit of them all? Unfaithful. Oh my God, that song. Unfaithful was that girl. SOS, We Ride, Kisses Don't Lie, Unfaithful. Oh, bops. All of those are bops. That made this album. Those songs kind of saved this album from, if this album wasn't good, it was not going nowhere. But there's not much I can say on these first two albums. These first two albums are low-key trash. In my opinion, me, Sammy, my opinion, albums are trash. Next. This is where I have opinions. And a lot of people are not going to like these opinions. And a lot of people are going to think that I'm a hater or something of that. So it's time to get controversial. Rihanna's third worst album is Anti. Sorry, I'm going to say that, yes. Rihanna's third worst album is Anti. Go ahead, type away. I can already hear y'all saying it. I already feel one of my mutuals is going to get on my case about this. Type away. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to say Anti, one of Rihanna's worst albums. I will say that, hands down. Why? Now, Anti has good moments. Anti has good songs. Good moments, good songs. What killed it for me is the promotion, lack thereof, and then the actual album. I touch a lot of this in my other Rihanna video of why I personally didn't like Anti, but the promotion was, the Anti Diaries was amazing. It was beautiful. I'm thinking Rihanna's gonna do something different because Rated R, Loud, Tota Talk, Unapologetic were low-key following a formula. Touch on more on that in the other video. And the one time I thought Rihanna was gonna break free of that formula and bring me something different. Because you remember Rihanna had an album coming out every year since a girl Like Me. But I would say, yeah, from since the beginning of her career, she had an album come out. I think she took a 1-year gap between Good Girl. It was a little longer between Good Girl Gone Bad and Rated R, but still up to Unapologetic, it was still every fucking year she released an album. So she took a break. She came back out with these Anti Diaries, which was a little too long. It was a little too played out, like it should have been week by week by week, but it was like month by week by, it was weird. And when I finally got the album, heard it, I was really disappointed. Song-wise, Consideration, Work, Love on the Brain, Desperado, Needed Me. This is not, I always like to say this, there's certain artists who don't make bad albums. Rihanna has two really bad albums, but Good Girl Gone Bad Up is not really a bad album. It's just like, for me, it's not like, but Anti was just another Rihanna album following a formula that this time didn't work for her, in my opinion. I'm happy she took more of a lead, but it was just very much like, We didn't get a lot of videos. We didn't get, it was just 2 videos. No. Did we have 2 videos? We only had 2 videos. I went to the tour. Wasn't really impressed with the tour. I just think that this whole era, this whole everything around the era kind of really put a bad taste in my mouth around this album. And even when I came back to it to listen to it, it's still, I will say, it gave me my favorite Rihanna song, which is Consideration. I love that song. Consideration. Work, I can still play Work like it's nothing. That's one of Rihanna's best songs in my opinion. Love on the Brain should have had a video. It was just a lot of missteps that could have made this album really something, and she didn't take the potential of the album, even though it's just so much more she could have done with Anti that really could have done something. Like, she did more with her, with like Rated R. She did more with like Good Girl Gone Bad. I wish she would have did more with those projects and with Anti, and really did something with it. But it was just another Rihanna album following or trying to change the formula, but didn't really succeed in my opinion. But like I said, I know y'all gonna be mad. Y'all gonna be mad. Y'all gonna be mad. Next, Loud. Ooh. Now here's the thing about Anti and Loud. When you talk to Rihanna fans, they will usually say one of these 2 albums is their best album. Anti, y'all opinion, and Loud. Loud was good. Loud is actually one of the better albums that aged well. But it's one of the albums that aged better. Because like I said, a lot of Rihanna's music did not age well for me. Actually, this should be high on the list. Now I'm thinking about it. Maybe this should be a little higher on the list. But I understand why I put it here. I do understand it. Why I put it here, because it's a good album. But there's certain songs that could have made this a better album. I have to agree with one of my mutuals, because I'm a barb. He isn't. And he always says Raining Men is one of the worst songs ever. Now, I haven't heard Raining Men in years. And I heard Raining Man, and I'm just like, oh, this is actually one of the worst songs. Sorry, Queen, sorry, Rihanna, but that song is horrible. But the reason why I'm still on Anti. I'm still on Anti. We're talking about Loud. Loud is in this position is because knowing what Rihanna is now, because like I said, I know why I put it in this position. It's not that it doesn't feel authentic, it just feels like an album that she did just to do. It doesn't feel like she really, really wanted to like this album, because even she barely even performs songs on this album now. And it's just, like Man Down, she performed, I think she still performs today, but a lot of Rihanna's discography hasn't aged well, and Loud is just one of those, it aged better. It even aged better than some of the albums that are a little further than this. And this album has more impact. Now, if we're talking about impact, this album would be top 3. But in my personal Rihanna sphere of me, because I'm only talking about my personal, I'm not talking about the impact. I mean, this would be a different list if we're talking about impact and all that. Even Music of the Sun will be in a higher spot, because Find the Replay had more impact. That one song had impact. But for me, it's very much, I don't know, it wasn't coming off, especially coming off Rated R. The switch up was real. It was just like depressed, this, happy. It was just like, for me. And it was just a little, it wasn't it was my, back in the day, my cup of tea, but now looking back out loud, it's like, it's cute. It's nice. Like I said, Rihanna doesn't have a lot of songs that would stick around for years. And I think with the albums that come up later on, they have a little bit, to me, a little bit more personal impact to me than Loud. Loud was just a fun album. That's all it was to be, a fun album. That's all. My favorite songs are Fading. I love Fading. Is it me, or do I remember a different intro to Fading than the one we have now? I don't remember the orchestra version. I remember it starting a different way before. I wonder if that was just me. But I remember Fading starting a different way than what we have now. I will say that. I do remember that. Fading. Is it weird that California King Bed is not one of my favorite Rihanna songs? A lot of people like that song. Not me. Only Girl in the World. I have a little issues with a couple songs on this album. Complicated and Only Girl in the World. Very vocally. Rihanna took a lot of risks vocally with this album. A lot of risks I don't think she can do live. But then I can't say nothing because she did Love on the Brain, but Love on the Brain isn't as vocally challenging as Complicated. Yeah, it's not as vocally challenging as Complicated. I don't think that Rihanna could pull off a song like that live multiple times. Ooh. I could see her doing Love on the Brain multiple times and still sounding good every time. A song like Complicated, I don't see her doing multiple times. What other songs were on that album? Cheers, I like that song. Cheers was cute. Only Girl in the World. Yeah, it was a cute album. It's a great stepping stone for what would become her later, the next album after that, but we're not going to talk about the album right now. Next album on my list, so we went Music of the Sun, if you're not following, A Girl Like Me, Anti, Loud, and now we're on Good Girl Gone Bad. Oh, so we're getting into the top 4. Oh, this album could easily be top 3. Could easily be top 3 because after, to me, Music of the Sun and A Girl Like Me, to come out the fucking woodwork with Good Girl Gone Bad, come out fucking Umbrella, come out, this album was amazing head to toe. Each one of these albums, these next 4 albums, I love head to toe. Head to toe. Good Girl Gone Bad, minus like 2-3 songs, amazing album. And let's not even get to Good Girl Gone Bad Reloaded. Oh, made it even better. This album was so good. She cut that fucking hair off. She said, I am a bad bitch. Bitch. Rihanna was not playing with you hoes. Rihanna did not come to play with this album. And the fact that it came a year later after A Girl Like Me, that's one thing Rihanna has a talent of doing. I have to this thing, the fact that she can switch up each era the way that she does, because that bitch cut off her hair. The videos, Umbrella, fucking Shut Up and Drive, Disturbia, Take a Bow, Rehab. And all those songs are classics, by the way. Hate That I Love. Ooh, don't play a Hate That I Love You Around Me. That is me and my mom's song. My mother, see, those are one of those songs I used to kind of skip when I was younger. But my mom used to play that out. And now I understand, like, that song is a bop. Like, her and Neo. I would love to hear another Rihanna and Neo song. They did such a good job on that song. That's one of my top 10 Rihanna songs. Because like I said, Rihanna is very vocally underrated. Very vocally underrated. And album is just stellar. Like, wow. Then when she released the Good Girl Gone Bad Reloaded, and I remembered, some of those performances are very iconic. The one with Chris Brown, where she did Umbrella. I think he did a song, and then she came out and did Umbrella, and they did the Cinderella. Could you remember? It was, And then when she did the VMAs, and she did Disturbia, that's one of that I always go back to that performance. I love that performance of Disturbia. I wish Rihanna would perform that song a little bit more sometimes, but that song is really, 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 really. Ooh. That song is really, 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 really good. Really, really. That album is just wow. And it really turned Rihanna's career around, because I think people were thinking like, she's cute, but she's not gonna be. I don't think they saw longevity. And after A Good Girl Gone Bad, they saw the longevity for Rihanna. I saw the longevity. That's when I really started paying attention to Rihanna, because I like Honda Replay, and I honestly didn't get into that album until later on in life. I personally, my first Rihanna I heard was A Girl Like Me, and even when I was young, that album didn't really. But A Girl Gone Bad, the fact that my mother bought that album, that lets you know it's a good album. When my mom buys an album, your music is good. Your music is good. But my mom buys an album, my mom has a huge CD collection, but rarely, since like the 2000s, she don't really buy CDs like that. Those one of the CDs she bought, and she played the fuck out. Especially the song with Neo. But Umbrella. Kiss Up On Me? I need you to push up on me. I said kiss up on me. I'm dead. Push up on me. Push up on me. I need you to sell me candy. Question Existing. Like, these are songs that these are just album cups. Question Existing. The existing question. The existing question of questioning. Like I said, there's a few songs that can go. Breaking Dishes. Wow. Breaking motherfucking dishes. We breaking dishes in this bitch. Bops. Every one of these songs are bops. And it was like back to back to back to back to back. Maybe a flop here. Back to back to back. Flop here. Back. It was just a good album. Very good album. Stellar. Rihanna became that bitch. Before, she was cute. But cute. That bitch. Anyway. Next. This is a very hard thing for me, because this is personally my favorite Rihanna album. Until I listened again. This used to be if you heard me say, and I think I probably proclaimed this on Twitter a couple times, this album was my favorite Rihanna album. The sexiness, the confidence, especially this coming after an album we talked about already. It sucks. After I listened to these albums again, and I had to really put myself in a position where I have to say this is probably not my favorite Rihanna album. It's still it's top three, number 3. Still very good. But let's talk about her. We're not even gonna put We Found Love into these equations, because We Found Love is a classic, always will be a classic. They're gonna be playing that song. Oh wait, I forgot that. Wait, hold on. To go back to Good Girl Gone Bad. Can we talk about Please Don't Stop the Music? I know we probably zoomed up, but please don't stop the music, bitch. Michael Jackson sample and ate it. But we're on Talk That Talk right now. Talk That Talk. We're not gonna put We Found Love, because classic, iconic, legendary, outstanding, whatever the fuck Gaga said in that video. That's all. We Found Love. If you don't love that song, if you don't get up and dance to that song comes on. If you don't get high and not dance to that song, what are you doing with your life? That song's the perfect song. When I used to smoke my life away, that's the perfect song to smoke to and get high and just ding, 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 bitch. Bitch. We're gonna take that iconic song out the equation. This album right here exudes confidence. It's sexy. I think this is Rihanna's sexiest album. This is Rihanna's sexiest. This is, if I had to put it into another version, another artist, this is like her Janet moment. This is her Janet moment. This is sexy. I'm grabbing my tits. I'm doing this. Like that's what this album gave me. It's sexy. Cockiness was sexy. It was sexy. Ooh. Birthday Cake, both versions. Oh yes. I'm personally not a big fan of Chris Brown, but Chris Brown did that. Chris Brown did that. He did that on Birthday Cake. Oh, the remix is fire. Oh yes. 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 We're not going to talk about that. People have opinions. People have opinions on Chris Brown. I have opinions on Chris Brown. This is not a Chris Brown video. We'll save that for another time, baby girl. Watch and Learn. Watch and Learn. Every time I hear Watch and Learn, it makes me want to get up and whine on a nigga. It makes me want to whine on a nigga. Whine. It makes me want to whine. Do Your Thing. I don't know why this was not on the standard edition. I don't get why this was on the deluxe. I don't get it. It's one of Rihanna's best songs. Do Your Thing should have been on the standard edition. I would have took out Rock Me Out. I would have took out Rock Me Out and put Rock Me Out. One of those songs near the end could have been switched out. Could have been switched out. Because Do Your Thing deserved the video. But this is one of those Rihanna albums that gets me tight. Gets me so tight. No promotion. We got a video for We Found Love and Where Have You Been? Did we get a video for anything else off this album? You the One. But I didn't feel like You the One deserved the video. I didn't think You the One deserved the video. I didn't think it deserved it. I don't think You the One was video worthy. Or if it was, in her opinion, Cockiness still needed a video. Even if you would have did a minute Birthday Cake video, Birthday Cake needed a video. We all want love. It's one of my favorite Rihanna ballads. She really let this album like really slip through the crack of her hands, and it really hurts me. It really hurts me. It really does, because this album has so many bops, so many bops on it that deserved the treatment like Loud, because Loud got S&M, What's Your Name, Only Girl in the World, Cheers, California Kingpin, like that had videos. This album deserved videos. It deserved people to watch, and she really let that album slip through the cracks of her hand. She really did, and Rihanna, why? Rihanna, why? Why did you let that album get slipped through the cracks on your motherfucking hand, girl? Like that album, You Don't Want is good. Where have you been? Where have you been? That used to be one of my top 5 songs of Rihanna off that album. Where have you been? We Found Love, iconic. That song's gonna be playing. That song's gonna be in movies 10 years from now. That song's gonna be everywhere. Like I'm telling you, that song's gonna make Rihanna song. It's made Rihanna so much money. It's going to keep Rihanna's pockets full. Rihanna says, "I never want to do music again." She has a few songs that she will live off of. That's one of them. That is one of them. But she really let this album slip through her head. Do Your Thing deserved more. Even Red Lipstick. Come on, rock. Even songs that weren't as good. Rock Me Out. We Don't Want Love is just a bop. Birthday Cake. Cockiness. Talk That Talk with Jay-Z. Like, you would. I could really go on and on about this album. I could really go on and on about this era, this tour. I used to watch this tour on TV all the time. Even when she used to do like those little festivals. The iconic pussy pat. Rihanna used to pat her pussy like it was nothing. And I lived. But it's not, after revisiting, it's not my favorite Rihanna album. I really thought it was. But that was me, 18, 19. I'm 25 now. There's 2 albums better than this. It was very hard because when I first went into listening to her albums again, I said, Talk That Talk's #1. But then I was listening, I was like, wait. Talk That Talk got some competition. And I kind of feel the same way with the next album, because the next album could have been the same. I feel this way about 3 albums of Rihanna's, that she could have pushed it more. I talked about Anti. I talked about Talk That Talk. Those albums could have been pushed really more, visually, promotion-wise. But I think, especially with all 3 of them got stuck with one song that really just made it that album, if you get what I'm saying. Like, everyone has, I think every artist has like that one song that overshadows the rest of the album. So Beyonce, Single Ladies, kind of overshadowed. Like, she went everywhere and she was fucking Single Ladies in and out. Rihanna was with Work. Talk That Talk was We Found Love. Like, everywhere she went, you heard We Found Love. And that comes on to our next album, Rihanna with this fucking diamond. Unapologetic. Another album that she let slip through her fingers. Another album she let fucking slip through her fucking cracks of her fingers. But I hated it. This album was actually one of her longest albums and had so many bops. And all we got was Diamonds, Pour It Up, and What Now? What Now didn't deserve a video, just saying. It was cute, but was it single worthy? No. This album has so many bops. Unapologetic is a album. Ooh, it's one of Rihanna's. This is where Rihanna was really getting. Ooh. Now I understand why people who love Anti, like this is one of their favorite albums too, because it was like the verge. But still, for me, Anti is still #3. Unapologetic was dope. The fact that she like I said, the fact that she Talk That Talk and then Unapologetic the next year, Rihanna did that. Fresh Off the Runway, Numb. People, one of my the same mutual who didn't like Nicki Minaj doesn't like Numb. I don't know why. Numb is over. Pour It Up. Why didn't Love Song have a video? I would love to ask Rihanna that question. Why didn't Love Song not have a video? I want a nicely worded email. Terrence779246@yahoo.com. Please tell me why Love Song didn't have a video. Please tell me why Jump didn't have a video. Please tell me why No Love Allowed didn't have a video. Please tell me why Get It Over With didn't have a video. Please tell me, Rihanna, Riri, Robin, please. So many songs on this album that deserved videos. The same way I feel with Talk That Talk. So many songs that slip through your fingers. She had about one on each of these albums, had at least one more #1 hit. She could have had like 16. And she would have promoted some songs. And but I'm not even talking about Diamonds. Diamonds is iconic, legendary, outstanding, outperforming. Like girls, whatever Gaga said in that video. That's Diamonds. We're not even gonna talk about Diamonds. These two albums really Talk That Talk and Unapologetic really fall in the same category because these were two great albums that needed just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Like if she would have waited like a few more months or maybe another year in between these albums to really push videos, really these two albums right here could have really. This album was good. Unapologetic was really really good. Like it was really sad that she really, and then the fact the Pour It Up video came out like 10 years after the Pour It Up song was out. It was cute, but I feel like it was a little too late. Even with the Diamonds video, the song was out for like months before she dropped the actual video. It was just like a lot of good songs were like wasted on this. On that. I just wish there was more videos. With these two albums, that's all I wish, there was just more videos. That's why they're in the spots that they are, because every album had a little flaw to me. Music of the Sun was just bland. A Girl Like Me was a little better, but still bland. Anti was just another Rihanna album, labeled as the next big thing. Loud was fun, but I feel like I didn't give a good reason why Loud is up here, but like I said, it sits with me. I'm not moving it. Like, it could go before Good Girl Gone Bad, but it's not. Like, Loud was cute, but I don't know how to explain it, because like I said, I don't feel like I gave a good reason why Loud is at the spot it's at. Because like I said, y'all gonna come for me. I know that. I know y'all gonna come for me, and that's fine. Especially with Anti and Loud being, what, number 4, 3 and 4? Y'all gonna come for me. Loud was just missing something. It was just, Loud is still, the Anti was another, it was just, Loud was missing something, in my opinion, and I felt like some of the songs, she couldn't give those live. Great era. Like I said, if we were talking about different things and nitpicking, this list would change. But personally, Loud was missing. Girl Gone Bad was missing. It wasn't missing, it just wasn't, looking back, it's just missing a few things that could have made it top 3. And then these next two is just, it's just promotion and videos and stuff that make an era. I'm so used to, I'm not gonna hold you, Beyonce has got me so used to having multiple videos come out for an album that when girls don't give that to me, it's weird. It's like, you have, especially when you put a lot of songs on your album, because I think, how many songs did Unapologetic have? I know it had like more than, if I'm not mistaken, it had like it had a good amount of songs. I know that track listing was long. Especially when you have like a lot of songs and you don't do a lot of videos, it's just weird to me that you don't put a lot of videos, like, to me. I felt that when Christina Aguilera with Bionic, great album, 2 videos. We have 18 songs on the album with 2 videos. It doesn't make sense, like. But like I said, none of Rihanna's music is bad. Some of it has aged really bad. It's aged really bad. Like, aged really bad. I can say so much more about her discography, but we're gonna get to that near the end. And I'll try to explain a little bit more what works in my mind, because as I talk, I piece things together. We're gonna get to the last album. Well, not yet. Yeah, we're gonna go to the last album, Rated R. Rihanna's best album, cohesively. Y'all, you went from good girl gone bad. You said fuck the good girl. I'm going completely bad, bitch. I'm going bad. I'm going dark. I'm going rock. I'm going, yeah, that little Bob shit. Chop it up even more. We're gonna do what I have now, Pixie. Rihanna didn't have to not have to scout me like this. See, this is what I'm talking about. Rihanna had a good album. Rihanna had videos. We have a couple videos. Only video I didn't. Because even Rihanna said this herself. I don't know what interview, don't ask me, but Rihanna said this herself. She wished Firebomb was a single. The fact that Firebomb does not have a video. See, I know what I'm talking about when I say certain songs deserve singles. Firebomb was one of those songs. We could have took Te Amo out. Te Amo was cute. It was an album cut. Didn't need a video. Firebomb deserved a video. This album is cohesive. The way it flows starts off in Madhouse. And just off Madhouse, you get where the album's gonna go. Then we get Wait Your Turn. Oh, Wait Your Turn, bitch. You better wait your fucking turn, bitch. Oh, such a good song. Such a good song. Then we go to Hard. Then we go to Stupid in Love. Then we go to Russian Roulette. Then we go to Rockstar. Then we go to Photographs. Oh, Photographs. Oh, wait, Firebomb. Firebomb, then Photographs. No. I had this whole track list fucked up. I had it like right for like a few seconds. It's Madhouse, Wait Your Turn, Hard, Stupid in Love, Rockstar, Russian Roulette, Firebomb, Rude Boy, Photograph. Photographs was good. I don't get why people didn't like that album. Cold Case Love, another. Ooh, that was the original Love on the Brain. I'm sorry, Cold Case Love was that girl. Cold Case Love was that girl. That girl. Yes, I'm sorry. Cold Case Love was that girl. Will always be that girl. She did everything right with this era. The performances. I remember the Rockstar performance on American Idol. That shit was beautiful. She did everything right. Even the tour. I remember the tour, how crazy he looked. And I think the first song on the set list was Russian Roulette. And it was just like the emotion she sang on this album, the rock vibes. Like I said, Firebomb deserved more. Firebomb deserved more. It deserved more. And but even with Firebomb not having a video, it was still, she still did her thing with this era. So I'll take the Te Amo video, even though that could have been replaced with Firebomb and a real rock video. And even she said it herself, the one song she wished she would have made a single was Fire. Maybe when I start my music career, I can take that song, revamp it, and do it up this thing, because that song deserves so much more. It's so beautifully written. I wonder who wrote that song. I don't know guy who wrote songs. If it's good and it matches with me and it sounds good, that's all it needs. But that's my list of Rihanna albums. Like I said, Rihanna doesn't have a bad album except for the first two. Everything is just missing something. And this was actually one of the hardest few, because there's a few rankings I want to do on people's art albums. I already have my next artist picked up. I'm not going to talk about her yet. But it was really hard to rank these albums, because I have a lot of opinions, especially with Anti and Loud. Loud was good. Think about it, it could go ahead of Good Girl Gone Bad, but like I said, it's still missing. I think Good Girl Gone Bad is better than Loud. I think Talk That Talk is better than Loud. I think Unapologetic is. It also just comes with, Rihanna makes good pop music, but I think her R&B, hip-hop infused music is a little bit more believable. That's what it probably is. It's not believable. It's not believable, some of the pop songs that she does. Because I can tell Rihanna wants to be is like R&B, hip-hop. That's where she shines the most. And I think that's why a lot of people like Anti, like that's where she shines the most, is hip-hop and R&B. but she does have great pop moments, hence Loud. But I think her hip hop and R&B kind of outweigh Loud. And Anti should have had Bitch Better Have My Money, because if Bitch Better Have My Money, it could have been ahead of Loud. If it had even American Oxygen in 4 or 5 seconds, that should have been on the album. There's a few songs on Anti. There's this unreleased song called Just Feel It, that I think I really loved. And I think it would have made Anti so much better if she would have put, because she gave us James Joint. I think later on, if she would have gave us Just Feel It on the album, that album would have been perfect, especially with Bitch Better Have My Money, 4 or 5 seconds, and American Oxygen on the album would have really shook up the album a little bit. Anti was just another formula, but like I said, I'm not getting into that. Loud was great era-wise. Like I said, like she did everything. She gave us videos and everything, but it was still missing something that. Because when she did Talk That Talk, it was just so. It's like that's like where Rihanna is perfect at. Like, yes, We Found Love is a pop song, but it was. I don't know, that album. It was just sexy. It was everything, unapologetic. Like, I just want more. That's when I hope for Rihanna's new album, R9. I want visuals in an era, because that's what Rihanna has, I think, not focused on enough. She just been like 2 videos, I'm going on tour, whatever. But I understand, because she was releasing an album every year. So as soon as she was done with that album, she was literally working on the next album. So I'm hoping that she really gives us a full-blown out era. But I think I said this before. This is just a continuation of what I said before. There's not a lot I can say about Rihanna's albums. Every one of them is great for different feels and different vibes. Is what you want to go for. You want to have fun, party, and be poppy, go to Loud. If you want to be sexy and talk shit and all that, go to Talk That Talk. If you want to be dark and grungy and rockish, go to Rated R. Each album has a different feel. There's people like her first album, there's a vibe that you have to go to it. But I just think that with these 8 albums that we have, I would love her 9th album just to be a collection of good songs that like resembles each one of her albums. Something like it to give us a little pop. But then it's like it's just going back to the formula, and I don't want Rihanna to follow that formula. I want Rihanna to really do something different, really something creative. And she had years to give us this. Anti came in 2016. You had enough time to give us something really, really creative, and that's all I want from Rihanna, to give me something really, really creative. Because like I said, there's not much I can really say in these albums. I can really sit here and really get in depth, but like I said, a lot of her music has not aged well. A lot of her music has not aged well at all. And it's hard to say, because Rihanna's albums have not really aged well. A lot of her music I wouldn't listen to. I would have come back to a certain type of mood. And that's just me being honest. Like, I wouldn't come back to some of her songs unless I was in a certain type of mood. And I just want Rihanna. Like I said, I don't want this to be a continuation of what I already said. I already had a conversation on Rihanna. I'm just ranking her albums the way I want to, and I try to give you a little bit in depth, but even my little in-depth stuff is just like, yeah, see, the albums have iconic moments. These albums have great things about them, but I don't know. She hasn't had that moment yet, if you get what I'm saying. Like, Rihanna has the #1 singles, Rihanna has, but I don't think she has that standout album yet. Some people say it's Anti, but I think she could do better than Anti and really make a standout album that's like, wow, Rihanna did that. Like, I will listen to this years from now and be like, wow, Rihanna did that. Like, she doesn't have that to me. The way like Janet has Velvet Rope, or Beyonce has Lemonade, or Michael has Thriller, or Britney has In the Zone or Blackout. Like, that album that you'd be like, when you play Toxic, you know, she has the songs, but she doesn't have the album yet for me. A lot of her albums kind of gave me collection of singles, and whatever songs did the best, she chose a single to the video and called it a day. And I want her to give me an album, because I know that's all I really want from Rihanna, and I know she can give me an album. And like I said, there's not much I can say on Rihanna. That bitch is amazing. 14 #1 singles in 10 years. Like, which one of your faves can say that other than Mariah Carey? No, please tell me. Whose fave can say that other than Mariah Carey? None of y'all. That's all I have to say about Rihanna. Like, each one of these albums is, except for the first two, was great. It comes off as a collection of that's the best way to put Rihanna in. It comes off as a collection of singles turned into an album. And I just want R9 to be great, because I will be reviewing that album when it comes out. There's not much I can say on Rihanna. She's that girl. She will always be that girl. What else can I say about Rihanna that no one has not said yet? Or what I haven't said in my last video, if you watch my last video on Rihanna, what I think it's called Rihanna What's Next. Watch that video, you kind of get where I'm coming from, and I'm not trying to rehash that. There's not much I can say on Rihanna. And that's the video. I didn't even use my pointy stick today, so I'm gonna use it for my outro. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Twitter, Sammy Mercury. Follow me on whatever other shit I leave in the description box. Yeah. I will see y'all later.